And we're back. I'm Billy C. We're here at the MGM, and right alongside me, I don't even need to introduce him, Oscar De La Hoya. Thanks for taking some time with us.
Pleasure.
Big fight coming up. I know you've been answering a lot of questions about it. First and foremost, I gotta tell you, I want to be totally honest. You know, I've been watching Canelo for a long time, and I've noticed his only weakness. Okay, and I haven't seen it change, and I want your perspective. All right. What I see is that when he is ready to, he has a hard time landing effective punches on the move. So he has to stand in front of his opponent to work the body or land something hard. Is he going to be prepared for a Danny Jacobs who is going to be moving?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's you make a valid point. Canelo is a fighter who continues to grow and learn in every fight. And you know, I tell people that Saturday night we're going to see a totally different Canelo than we saw with Triple G. Canelo's a fighter who just keeps learning, and he's growing, and he's getting better. Movement is going to be crucial in this fight. Jacobs is a fighter who moves side to side, who is elusive, who is very fluid with his punches, throws combinations. And Canelo's been working on that. He's, you know, I've been to his camp many times, and what I loved was his footwork has gotten a lot better, and his footwork, you know, and connecting his punching power at the same time has been difficult for him in the past. You're right, but he's been working on that. And like I said, we're going to see a totally brand new Canelo Alvarez Saturday night.
You know, the thing is that yourself, you know, great fighters had that ability to be able to keep an opponent wondering what's going to happen when you're moving around.
Yeah, light on your feet. Yeah.
Right, not just, you know, try to bull them into a corner. And that's like the one thing I see that, you know, he's progressed in every other aspect of the fight game. And it's going to be a big test for him.
It is. I mean, look, Jacobs is going to be, I guess, more difficult than any other fight that Canelo has had.
I agree.
You know, including Triple G, including Floyd Mayweather, including everyone he's fought, like Erilandi Lara or Austin Trout. Jacobs knows how to use his footwork and combine it with his upper movement and his combination. So, you know, we'll see how he handles it.
The big improvement I noticed since the Floyd fight is back when he fought Floyd, he chased Floyd around the ring.
Yeah.
And, you know, he doesn't do that anymore. You know, he's matured. And the funny thing is, you know, we've been talking obviously all about him. And for almost the last decade, Canelo's fought the top opposition out there.
Right, he has.
You know, I mean, really, he has.
Yeah, he has. And, you know, it's a breath of fresh air when you can promote a fighter who is not hesitant to face on the toughest challenges. And that's what it's all about. You know, it's... Today, in today's world, fighters they want to chase the money. They want to chase the prize. No, chase the glory, you know, and then the money will come. But chase the glory. The money will come.
I'm so glad you said it. Do you think fighters still think like that about the glory? Because it seems to me it's dying out.
Well, there's one fighter, and that's Canelo, that thinks that way. You know, and hopefully Canelo will be that guy that will. You know, help convince other fighters that if you chase the glory, the money will come. You know, because a lot of fighters, I mean, it's all about the prize. It's all about the Benjamins. You know,
they call it prize fighting.
Yeah, but then what happens? The fight ends up being boring, or you know, and no, go out there and fight hard.
Right.
That's what I was about.
You know, and we've talked about that too. You know, you never ducked a fighter. And that's what your legacy is about. And it's a good segue into DAZN because, you know, I talked about how I thought that this was going to be the future a couple of years ago. I didn't think it was going to happen so quickly.
Right.
And now what I see is I see a whole changing, and it's happened in the last 12 months. How much do you think that, you know, the streaming service, specifically DAZN, is going to change the sport of boxing?
I mean, it's going to take it to the masses. That's you know, basically it. I remember Wild World of Sports or fights on CBS that were free. I mean, we used to watch my man
Muhammad Ali.
Sugar Ray Leonard, all the best fights on free TV, and then comes this pay-per-view model, and they try to convince us that we have to pay $50, $60 to watch a big mega fight. Okay, so you front forward 10, 15 years, and now you have this streaming service that is telling you that this is the future, and people are cutting the cord. So this is a great opportunity for boxing. It's a great opportunity for the sport to take boxing back to the masses for a cheaper price. You know, I mean, you can get a yearly subscription for $100.
I know.
And watch over 100 events on the zone. So, look, people don't want to be told what to watch, when to watch, where to watch it. You know, everybody has their telephone. Everybody's on the go. Everybody's, busy doing something. It so happens that the zone you can watch your favorite fight while you're, I don't know, anywhere.
And you don't even have to watch it live.
Exactly, it's on demand.
Yeah.
And you can still do those big parties at home, and with family and friends if you have a smart TV. So it's a new era. It's a new technology, and I'm glad that the zone stepped up and is able to help grow the sport.
I've noticed a big improvement with them versus their first time out, so to speak, and the way it is now. I mean, it's great. I can't see anyone not subscribing to it, to eliminate, like you say, cut the cord, but also eliminate pay-per-view. I don't like what you're starting to see a little bit. Some are on a stream, some are pay-per-view. That's not going to work.
No, it's not going to work. I mean, look, there's a reason why Anthony Joshua, Triple G, Canelo Alvarez are with the zone. There's a reason, and they're spending the big dollars. It's not that they want to take over boxing. It's that they want to help the sport grow. They want to make sure the consumer is not paying what if Canelo fights 3 times a year on pay-per-view. That's $300 right there and then, just for 3 events.
Exactly.
So what they're doing is taking these big fights to the masses for a relatively cheap price.
Yeah, no, it's great. Back to Canelo, game plan. To me, it seems like he knows that Daniel Jacobs is going to do just what we thought. So, does he have something up his sleeve that you could talk about? Is he, we were saying we don't want to see him just be that bulldog and try and charge. I think he's evolved. I don't think he's the same fighter that would do that. But he also, like you also mentioned, I do honestly believe he cares about his fans and that he likes to put on a good show.
Right.
With that said, how is he going to force the fight?
He has to be careful. He has to be calculated, but like you said, he wants to put on a good show. I mean, that's what fans expect. Yep. That's why he's so popular. That's why people love watching him fight, because you never know what's going to happen. But he has a very difficult fighter in front of him, a difficult boxer in front of him, and Canelo knows that it's not going to be tough. It's going to be difficult to figure out Jacobs. But one thing about Jacobs that I admire, that a lot of people admire, is that sometimes he's a little too brave for his own good. He can box, yes, he can move, he can throw his combinations, but a lot of times if he gets hit, he gets angry, he gets all revved up, and he wants to retaliate. That can be a little dangerous when you're facing Canelo, because in one of those exchanges, Canelo can maybe pop him with a good left hook or a right hand. He's
been so good with the counterpunching lately.
Yes.
And actually, what I've noticed we spoke about before was Canelo probably involved in one of the best counterpunchers in the game, but what we noticed was Canelo has never dropped or really hurt a genuine middleweight.
Right, exactly, and
Jacobs is a big middleweight.
And Jacobs is a big middleweight. So it'll be quite interesting to see how this fight pans out.
Oscar, I know that you got to go, but what's your official prediction? How's it going to? I know who's going to win, but I want to know how.
I like the knockout. I like the knockout, late knockout for Canelo Alvarez. I like it. I don't see Jacobs winning a 12-round unanimous decision because he outboxed Canelo. I just don't see that. I can see this fight, being action packed. I can see this fight, being very intense because of the character of both guys. But I can see Canelo catching him with one of those looping right hands and knocking out Jacobs.
Well, I got one more question. I know they're signaling me, but do you think that Canelo has put extra pressure on himself to have an exciting fight for his fans? Because Jacobs could make it a boring fight.
Yeah, no, there's always that pressure on fighters like Canelo, fighters who look. All eyes are on Canelo. All the pressure's on Canelo. Just like when I was fighting, I had the pressure. Sugar Ray Leonard had the pressure to perform, to give his fans the best show possible. Canelo is in the same position as we've been. He knows how to handle it. He knows how to deal with it. He's a very smart fighter. He knows what he has to do in there. He's prepared. He's ready for whatever Jacobs brings to the table. But we'll see if he can execute it on Saturday night.
I'm sure he will. Oscar, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll see you Saturday night.
Sounds good.
Oscar De La Hoya giving us his thoughts on the fight.